Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we will talk about all the different ways in which students can earn some money while studying in the Netherlands. If you want to know more, then keep on watching.
The weather in Utrecht is sunny again. The flowers are blooming, trees are green, and the spring has arrived. As we all know that spring and fall are the two buzzwords when students talk about their upcoming university admissions. And the other buzzword, which is most used after this, is jobs. We understand that to enjoy college you need extra earnings and you need a source of income for sure if you are a student, international student here in the Netherlands. We are sure that when you decided that you wanted to study here, you would have googled every possible detail about internships, part-time opportunities and other job possibilities like teaching assistant or research assistant. We are here to talk about all these possibilities and how you can plan a student's life for yourself.
But Harshil, before discussing all this, there's a huge disclaimer guys. As a student, you are only allowed to work 16 hours a week.
Yeah, that's right guys. So please do remember that whatever we are talking about further in the video, you are as an international student or as a student in the Netherlands, to be very specific, are allowed to work only 16 hours a week. The first thing that I would like to say about this category is that while doing an internship, you do not need a work permit. Yes, if you are a non-European individual, then you can find internships for yourself and do not have to worry about work permit. The Dutch government allows students to take up an internship as a part of their study program. There is an official internship contract which you, the employer, and your academic institution will sign. Your study coordinator will guide you through this process and it will help you understand how you can accommodate an internship within your studies. In some colleges, you can also get extra credits for doing this. So all you have to do is find an opportunity and communicate about it with your study coordinator. Now there are a lot of things that you should consider before going for an internship. I'll share my experience here. I had 2 internships offered before I chose the current one. The first offer was something which was not at all related to my studies. I'm currently studying business informatics, which includes subjects like data science, data visualization, business intelligence, business process management, etc. And the internships required me to work as a UI designer and use technologies like Java and Angular. Of course, it was a great opportunity, but it was not for me. Another offer was also an amazing one. It was the role of business analyst, very much related to my course, but it required me to work 40 hours a week. The company offered to pay me 300 euros a month. Needless to say that it was actually a full-time job hiding under the skin of internship. But another fact, and trust me when I say this, is it is impossible to juggle between full-time studies and a full-time job. So guys, when you do get an opportunity, you should be happy. But you should understand all the pros and cons before diving into it. The pay for this category depends on your employer.
Before moving on to part-time jobs, we would like to talk about other jobs that you can do on college premises. This includes being a teaching assistant or volunteering in various events. Let's first talk about being a TA. Bear this in mind that you will not receive a TA job as soon as you land here. The study program here in the Netherlands is divided into periods of 1.5 to 2 months. And the professors obviously plan ahead of course and prep themselves beforehand. For this, they need a TA. What I'm saying is, as soon as your classes start, there will already be a TA present for the subjects being taught in your ongoing period. What you should look for is an opening for a teaching assistant for those subjects which will be taught in your upcoming periods. If you are a master's student, then you can also be a TA for bachelor courses. There is seriously no limitation whatsoever, but make sure you arrive on the scene as soon as possible. The professors do not require highly skilled individuals. Students are mostly hired on first come first served basis. But of course, some traits are preferred like good communication skills. Say decent coding skills if you're applying for a computers course. Usually there is a portal specific to each college where you can look for these positions or you can directly approach your study coordinator. I would advise you to actually prefer TA over any other part-time job because being a TA will not require investing a lot of time and energy. The professors will be aware of your course schedule and they will understand the workload. Also, the work permit constraint for the international students will not actually be a barrier. The professors will choose you because they need you. They will not reject you because university will have to file a work permit for you. These positions do not require the hiring department to hassle around the work permit and work formalities. A work permit can be easily procured and hence is not a restriction. The salary of a TA is pretty good. You can easily earn approximately up to 500 euros per month. Then there are other small jobs which you can do on college campus. Every college organizes a lot of events like Orientation Week, Career Week, International Student Week, etc. And they need volunteers and student ambassadors for this. I'm a student ambassador for my college. You get paid hourly for such jobs. The payment can range from 10 to 15 euros per hour.
This is a choose yourself category. You can be a delivery guy, a chef, a store manager, or anything that you want to be. But if you are a non-European student, then you will need a work permit for this. Also, it might be a bit hard to find a part-time job because most of the jobs are customer-facing jobs where you're required to speak Dutch. But again, most of the Dutch population speaks English. So if you're lucky, then you might find a job where your employer won't mind if you don't speak the Dutch language. While applying for a job like this, make sure that you explicitly state your need for a work permit. The cafes, markets and store owners here might not be aware of such a requirement and will hire you without those formalities. I'm in no way saying that anyone would do this to you intentionally. I am saying that there are chances that the employer is completely unaware of any such need to file for a work permit. Thus, it is your responsibility to do the due diligence and keep yourself away from any troubles. Also, please check your work permit beforehand. Even though the Dutch government website says that international students are allowed to work 16 hours a week, your work permit might say differently. According to my work permit, I was allowed to work for 12 hours a week. Thus, again, do your due diligence and do not get into any trouble. I would recommend that at least once in your life you should do a job which is completely unrelated to your field. I was a veggie chef for the past 7 months and I feel that I have experienced daily life from a whole different perspective. This was the first time when I actually did a job which demanded physical work. I used to walk around for 4 hours in a single stretch, and when you come home after a shift like this, your whole body just wants to, lie down and get a good nap. But then your brain reminds you of the upcoming submission deadlines, and then you get up, you do your coursework, and when you do this for a long time, you start to wonder about your own capabilities to achieve your goals. It makes you stronger every day. The pay in this category is according to your age and government regulations. It depends on a lot of factors. For example, for me, I was paid 11 euros per hour and I used to work 10 to 12 hours per week.
You can be a freelancer. Usually, this means that you are a company that is generating revenue by providing services. You do not need a work permit here, but you do need to register yourself as a company with the Dutch government. I know what you guys are thinking. Saurabh, I'm a student. I want to study. I don't want to register a company. Guys, there is a catch. As long as you are earning within the set limit of the Dutch government, you do not have to register yourself or the company. However, it is quite tricky to establish yourself as a freelancer. It needs time, patience, contacts, and a hell lot of skills. The payment in this category again depends on the employer. To know about all the regulations about this specific category, please refer to the link in the description box. Huge disclaimer, guys. Do your due diligence. Involve yourself into anything only after speaking to the government authorities and stay away from the troubles.
Side note to everything. Now there are some exceptions to the 16-hour per week rule that we have mentioned so many times in the video. If you are in your orientation year, that is the 1 year after completion of your study program, or if you are in the Netherlands during the Christmas or summer holidays, then you can work full time. We will be making a whole different video just to talk about the orientation year. But for now, all you need to know is that you can work full time in summer and Christmas breaks and in the orientation year.
And that was the video, guys. To read more about this, you can go to our blog. The link is in the description box below. We try to cover up as much information as possible and in as much detail as possible. We will make a video soon where we will talk about all the ways in which you can find these jobs. Until then, please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and in the comment section below, please let us know your thoughts, questions, any future video requests. See you in the next video.
Bye.